Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, greetings. Happy Monday, everybody. How's everyone doing? I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you're having a great start to the week. Mm. How's everyone doing? Please let me know if you can hear me. Oh, I need to make sure of that because I don't even understand this volume anymore. What it is doing, it's just doing stuff on its own. I don't understand. So let me know if you can hear me. Hey, darling baby, my sister. How now? Welcome. Oh, good to have you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Have you? Thank you. Oh, please, like the show on your way in. Like the show, like the show. Let me share my link because only me not fit of this matter. It's a very heavy talk for me. And of course, we're going to talk. There's no way we're not going to touch on politics. That one, as it says, politics intersects with entertainment in Nigeria. That's a fact because with all the evidence that is coming out right now, everyone that was involved, at least in the demise of this young great talent. And by the way, this young man that passed is a great person, no? Because I don't know the guy. Never met him. Probably I've heard maybe one of his songs, but I didn't even know it was him that did the song. But the way it has affected me, I don't understand. I haven't slept. I haven't slept well for 2 nights. I've just been thinking about him you know, some of the videos I saw, some of the pictures, some of what people were saying, because I can't really like take in all the information surrounding this young man's demise because it's very, very traumatic. I can't take it all in, I can't handle it all. So, the snippets that I've been able to gather, it disturbed. I was bothered. I literally felt like I was seeing his face everywhere I went. That's how I felt. Like I was seeing his face everywhere. Bibi, welcome. Oh, no, no wahala. No wahala at all. You know, I
And
just
tell me,
feel,
I'm going to be in and out. And
yeah.
I don't want lots of noise in the background because I'm busy doing things here. But yeah,
Okay.
I saw your topic, and it is. I don't ever think we can exhaust that because it's always going to be a situation that we're going to deal with. It didn't start today. Unfortunately, this guy's situation made it very public. I mean, we knew it was there, but now it's more like it's almost in every home and the ills that come with it. So I feel so bad for him and his family. And I want to say, as a young person, maybe if he was guided better, he would have made better decisions, he would have made better choices. But that's all down the drain now because he's not even here to defend himself. So we are going to use his stories through his music and a little bit of what people say to kind of like piece out what life was like for him. But at the same time, somebody else will say, well, he was old enough. If you're old enough to father a child, then you should know you should be able to tell signs of things and know when to step back all the way back or when not to even get into it. So I feel sorry for him. I feel sorry for the situation, but I also understand. I am moved with empathy to understand the situation that he found himself because nobody wishes this. No right thinking person would wish this on anybody they know or more or less, or even anybody that they are close to. I think I'll start with that for now.
I think even, I mean, 27, what does he know about life? Especially in Nigeria, I mean, from the way they said he came up, he was a carpenter, right? Who just had a great voice to bless the world with, you know? And he got signed to people who, this record label thinking that they're going to help him, you know? So why how there's no way he, no matter, 27 is young. What do you know at 27? I'm just thinking about when I was doing. What do you know? There's not much. You have the maturity for life to be able to see things beyond just your physical. It's not there yet. You might have it, but not to a great extent. And him being a father doesn't mean he's mature enough to be able to deal with the the pressure from being a star, number one, and having that kind of talent, you know. So I don't know. It's very, and again, like I said, I struggled with doing this topic because I didn't want to talk about it at all. I just wanted to focus on, our politics and everything, but I could not rest. I just could not rest about it. It kept coming to my mind, and then I'll see, and I'm not intentionally looking for pictures or anything like that, but I see some and I read it. Everything I read about him was just breaking my heart over and over again. Just imagine the kind of pressure he was put under, the kind of things they were doing to him, and all of that. Just treated the guy so bad, and nobody helped. His songs, he was putting it in his songs. He even went as far as writing a report for the police. Nothing. People that were supposed to protect him. Somebody was talking about his father's interview and his mother's interview, and people were saying, well, the father just seemed to be more interested in the money and all of that. The mom, had left the father like a couple of years before. I'm like, my God, this guy was all by himself. And
So,
then he now married a young girl. What?
and I agree with you on that one, concerning the dad, because I think I saw one little clip, and it wasn't the father speaking, but it was people showing around the father's house, like this is the condition the father is in. And at that state, I mean, in my head, I was like, should this even be coming up now? I mean, why are we looking at the father's house? If the man is in a state of mourning, it doesn't matter even if he's living in a rabbit hole, because at that point in time, his headspace is not about, property or anything, or should not be on property. It should be the fact that you've just lost a son, for heaven's sake. I mean, it's not a dog that died, it's not a rat that died. You are in a mourning state. So why are we showing pictures of, look at the kind of house he's in, look at the condition of the house? Who cares? The condition of
No,
his.
but I think he was the one who was saying. He was saying, from what I heard, I didn't again like I didn't watch the videos, but
Mhm.
what I heard was that he was saying he was more concentrating on the fact that look at the house he lives in. He needs help, something like that, and then there's rumor that he likely knows what happened to his son. That's that rumor that's floating around right now.
Well,
Matter of fact,
that
I
would be
think the police investigation that started, they've called the wife and the father for questioning.
that would be seriously sad if the man knew. I mean, if he was the one talking in that picture, because like I said, I did see the picture, but I don't really know his voice to see if he was the one that was talking, because it was like picture showing and somebody talking in the background. So I don't know if it was him or not. And if he was the one doing it, oh my goodness. Should I say the boy in such a sorry state to have such a person for a father? Because if you could have such a person for a father and you are not up to 2 months dead and he's thinking like that, then you can imagine what he had to deal with whilst he was
Exactly.
alive. Because it was all about, what can I get from you? What can I get from you? Not necessarily, are you doing okay? How is the music industry? Is this something you want to continue doing, and all of that? So that is kind of worrisome. That's really, really worrisome. But then
Yeah.
the narrative, for such a thing is, and when you get into those things, I mean, how many Nigerian fathers sit down and say, so this work you are doing, are you enjoying it? Do you see yourself progressing? And where do you see yourself in 10 years? I have not seen, I stand to be corrected, but I never see Papa will go say, oh yeah, tell me now how the work be. Mm-mm. At the end of the day, now how much you he give me? Okay, you don't collect your money, months don't end though. We need this, we need that, we need that. So if he was in that situation, I feel sorry for the boy. Buying.
Yeah, that's what the story was, that he was in that situation. So it seemed like he was alone. You know what I mean? And the
Mm-hmm.
father, it seemed like he was more interested in the money. And the mother had left the father a long time ago. And you
Okay.
know how Nigeria is a patriarchal society where
Yeah.
the men keep
Sorry,
the
your pikin
children,
too.
right? So who knows whether the father didn't even care about the boy, because the boy was a carpenter. So I'm wondering if this guy at 27 passed away, he must have started doing carpentry work from when he was a teenager.
You're right. You're
You
right.
understand? So the
Fending
guy
for
seemed to have had
himself.
like a very difficult
Mm.
life growing up. There's a whole lot that is coming out right now. Even in that area, what's happening, what the stories that are coming out is that it's like they initiate these young boys in Shagamu area. That's what it said. Well, the police came out and made a blanket statement that people are pushing back on. Like it is very difficult to find someone in Shagamu that is not in a cult. Can you imagine?
What?
This is what these leaders have turned
Wait,
this
so the
society.
same Shagamu where we know have been at the than a new
I
Shagamu.
don't know whether another Shagamu did. That's I read it somewhere. Like that's so they make them. It's almost like they pressure them into it. So you
Yeah.
have a lot of young people that are tied to this whole thing. It's crazy. What happened to that young man is so heartbreaking.
You
It's
see?
so sad. I was crying yesterday, baby. I
Yeah.
just sit down. I just see, I just think about them, and then the little things when I read, I just start to be cry. I don't know. I could say,
Obviously, for such a short life, it wasn't a walk in the park for him in any way.
I just broke down and started crying. Like, oh my, how wicked this world is. Can you imagine the people that could have protected this young man? They just pushed him out for the wolves to devour. That
Exactly.
guy clearly was such a bright light. If given the opportunity, he would have been bigger. And then come to find out, there were some artists that he was reaching out to that were not even responding to his messages. They are now coming out. I'm like, why are you even coming out now and saying, no, it's time
Okay,
to
but
release it?
I don't think you should put it like that, because, like they say, there's always two sides to a story. In as much as it is, we are supposed, empathy should be felt towards him. There's always two sides to a story, and I'm not going to say he was a saint all the way. And so, to the point of the artist situation, you know how it is. They could have, he could have reached out to them, but then the artist, if you see something make one come collect money, collect food for your mouth, you go just tell am say make you dey go. You go do wetin to you fit to keep am for yourself now. And that could have been the situation with, the artist that he reached out to, and those ones will be like, look, go and clear your own side first, because we don't want a situation if we get into it, then somebody will now come back and say that, look, you should not have done it because you are still under them and blah blah blah. And then when you think of the person that he was with, I don't put that past them. I don't put that past him to saying that, because obviously, for you to sign him on as an artist, you must have seen the potential that he had, right? You must have seen that, man, this guy is just a gold mine waiting to bust open. And so, with that kind of a thing, if I'm a competitor, and you, the artist, come to tell me that, hey, I want to work with you, the person will say, oh boy, go clear with who be your oga first, because I no one can't do anything, and then go talk say I can't teach waiting no consign me. So I think that is where that might have come from. So for them coming out to say anything right now, it's more like, hey, maybe we got to know this person, he had potential, but I don't think his manager or whoever signed him on would have readily given him away if, they knew how good he was and the potential that he had.
But
That
here's the thing, they said he had actually left the label. He
wow.
had left the label, but they were just hounding him. This guy had suffered hypertension. You don't understand.
I
You
know
know,
that's a very painful thing for me at that tender age.
at that tender age, you know the kind
Hmm,
of thing they said he was having nightmares and stuff like that. Now, I'm not saying he's a
doubting.
saint,
You'll be
right?
traumatized.
I'm not saying he's a saint by no means, but from what is coming out, because this same people are the ones now responding and saying, because when somebody is looking for help, when you know saying life they at stake, he go reach out
Mm.
to people when he feels say make
You
they
go fit
listen.
help
This
you.
is the problem. You don't have to like a person. You go hear wetin the person get to talk, right? Then
Mm.
if you not hear what, then you can now say, ah no, I don't want to deal with this, and block the person or something,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
But to just ignore the person when you know they're an artist, like, I think, to me, I'm sorry, even if they're coming to meet you and say, please, I want you to sign me on, right? You'll say, okay, you want me to sign you on. What about, aren't you with another label? How
Yep.
about that? Instead of just blanket shutting the guy down. I think that's inappropriate. That's part of the problem we have in the society currently. You can't do that because you don't know who needs the help. You don't know. You can't judge by just looking at people's faces. Or, and the way it works in Nigeria, right? When you're with a label, other labels will kind of be, they will be reluctant to take you on or whatever. But that doesn't mean they shouldn't be able to empathize. That
Oh
doesn't
yeah,
mean they shouldn't be able to direct you to where you can get help.
oh yeah, it's because you think like that. You think differently. They don't think it like that. No, be all of them get the kind good heart where you get. That's one thing you should look at. Not all of them is that nice and come out to be that straightforward. Remember, you're dealing with people that are greedy, people that want everything for themselves. I mean, we've seen a little bit of the so-called people that he was dealing with, and look at how they are, for heaven's sake. Ah,
There's this guy that I'm onto. He was on Channels News. He came to give his own take. They say they call him K Solo. So let us listen to it together. Most of the videos, I'm sorry guys, I can't play it. I can't. My heart cannot take it. I barely slept. I only had like 4 hours of sleep. I was so broken yesterday. I don't know. I just started feeling so bad. That guy has a very strong spirit. I just have to say that he's not resting. He's not resting. It's so obvious.
Welcome back. This is Robin Minds. Before we went on the break, we were having a conversation about how the government can actually cut down the expenditure and the cost of governance so that they can have enough money to embark on capital projects that will benefit the people, especially considering the times that we live in. Now we want to move on to some entertainment. Um, I know that there is a day that this pain will go away. Until then, I will just party it away. I know that there is a day when this pain will go away. Until then, I will smoke it away. Now, those were the words of the late singer Mohbad, who tragically passed on, and he was just 27 years old. From the initial reports, it was being said that he died as a result of an ear infection, but with recent revelations that have been circulating the internet, allegedly, there's so much secrecy shrouded in his demise. And the question on everybody's mind is, what killed Mohbad? Why was an autopsy not carried out? Why was he buried horridly, even though his faith did not demand it? Nigerians are asking, is there truly a dark side to the Nigerian music industry that is filled with bullying, harassment, and even physical abuse? We're just truly hoping that the appropriate authorities will be able to launch a proper investigation into this matter and uncover the truths that every Nigerian truly wants to hear. We're going to be talking about the complex and shocking behind the scenes in the Nigerian music industry. And joining me in the studio is K Solo. Welcome to the program.
How you doing, bro?
I'm good.
I feel I feel that I've been here, but I wasn't supposed to be here because of this. But it's what it is. As a custodian, we have to do the rightful and the needful.
Yeah. So the internet space has been filled with so many videos, documents, and of course, it is not in our place to validate those videos or documents. It is left for the appropriate authorities to interpret its validity.
Mm.
But truly, what is the picture? Let's, before we get into the details of everything circulating, what is the picture of the Nigerian music industry when it comes to record label and their artists?
Oh, it's actually deep, and it's been a major issue that we've been facing for years. And a lot of people want to do music because they have the talent. A lot of people want to do music because they feel they actually broke. Now most record label owners are businessmen, and they just want to make money. You see some contracts, terrible contracts that, for people who have been in the industry, if you get through it or probably get a lawyer to go through, you ask yourself, like, why would you sign this? This is slavery. So it's been like that. So there's always been a problem with the record labels and artists from the foundation, because
Wow.
you look at it like, okay, I'm not putting the money down. I'm doing this. I'm this on my payroll. So because of that, they have to be on that
Hi.
slavery contract. It's sad. It's terrible. It's been happening for a very long time.
So if an artist wants to leave a record label, how can an artist leave a record label without any issues?
Now, most times there are always issues because most of these boys, like I said, they are hungry.
Yeah.
They just want to show. They just want to put food on the table. They want to make their family proud. They just want, some of them. A lot of things is attached to signing these deals. They don't take time to go get this legal representative to want to check through this and say, okay, don't sign this. They are carried away with the razzmatazz. They're carried away with that big chains and all that. So you just want to be there, like, okay, I'm the one rolling with this person now. So it eats more of them out, so they don't read this. And in the long run, when you want to leave, they show you this contract. There's one clause there that you didn't see because you were so much in the years. So it's always been like that. So that legal representation has been thrown away from every of these artists. That's why they find themselves in this position. Most times, it's always a clause they never reach through. And it's also a bad thing for you as a record label owner, for an artist to want to leave and allow them leave. I have floated the label before, even though I didn't do it as business. But the real sense of it is everybody that have worked through me, from Timaya to Clever J, all of them they're standing well. There's never been an issue of such, because in the real sense of it, it's high time I tell investors, people who want to actually invest in music, because music is a new oil too. Get the right people to help you flouse this label. Get people who understand music. You have to lessen your idea of understanding, like, music is not rice and gari where you put 10,000 today and you want to make money the next minute. It is not. It takes a time to grow.
There are also issues of certain artists that have left a particular record label, blaming the record label for their stagnation while they were at that label.
There's no
saying
lies.
that sometimes record labels hold their music and they don't release their songs.
There is no lies.
Just to suppress the artist.
It's not even about holding the song. Holding the song is very small. It's very small. There's this cabal I've always talked about a long time. And people looked at me at that moment and said that maybe because I was not on top of the game.
Which cabal is that?
The cabal that, it's like, for example, I own a label. I have somebody in this channel. I have somebody in this station. I have somebody in this place, like the network where you spread your song through. So if an artist leaves your label, the next thing you do is text message goes, bam, that artist song, don't play it. That song, don't fly.
So you blacklist?
You blacklist the artist.
So do you know anybody that has blacklisted a particular artist?
They've done it severally. I don't want to mention names here. They've done it severally. So many that you will hear calls will come in. Don't play that artist song. That artist song, please get it out of the airwaves. Now, the problem again is, see, when you own a station, I've had similar issues on Sound City. You understand? There's a guy called Olamide in Sound City. He has done that severally for a lot of people. Just feel like, okay, if this does not go through my table, you should be out of it. Once you don't belong to their team, you should be out of it. You should stop. They've killed talent. They've finished talent every day in this country.
Hi.
Every day in this country.
So coming to the issue of Mohbad, because obviously that's why we're here. Can you tell me what the situation truly was between Mohbad, Naira Marley, and also Larry?
I'm not going to be so specific about what I want to say, but I'm just going to tell you what I think I know. There are a team of people that I think they're actually record label owner, artist, friend of the family. But I think things actually went bad at the time when he wanted to leave the label. And that is where I think the problem started from. Plus, a lot of evidence has been flying all around, not even about the case of bullying and all that, but in terms of music, you know, I I think that's where the problem started from, the case of leaving a label and all that and not working and not having access to your catalog and what is supposed to be for you is you don't get it. You get what I'm saying? And I think that is where actually started from. And for Sam Larry, I think Sam Larry is probably a friend of the house too as well. You understand? But I think he ended up being like, let me use the word they use on the streets, errand boy
Mm.
to Naira. You get what I'm saying? This is the boss, the record label owner, is a friend of the house, and yes, the artist. So they are all working together as against the artist. So for
So did
me,
you know that Mohbad was physically assaulted?
I never knew. I never knew. Because trust me, as a custodian in this industry, I do not need to know you before I stand up, okay? And um I have heard stories over the time, but I feel is because friends of the streets, when they come together, when they do things together, you look at it like, okay, they are together, they are in one family, they roll together, they do all together. But someone like me did not know. But I think a couple of people knew, but they shielded that information. The time I started getting into this matter was when I saw an interview from what's his name, from Bella's mother, talking about the fact that he wanted to jump from the window because he wanted to leave a label. He was under duress and all that. That was when I started getting into the matter. I started gathering information and all that.
So what information have you gathered?
Part of the information I gathered is the fact that he's always been on threat. I've gathered information that he has never been able to walk freely. Somebody told me at a particular time that he wanted to drive in his car. If it was not for God, he was fast to close his door, and acid was poured on the car, and like the paint of the car shredded down. A lot of stories flying left and center, and that actually shocked me. And that was when I actually got really crazy about this matter. Like, this is the industry we grew. This is the industry we started. This hip hop thing, IOJB, ID Kabasa, Profiti, and the rest, we laid a strong foundation. We call ourselves, we didn't believe in just Nigerian music. We wanted our music to be heard all over the world. I will do a song, I'll call Kabasa, listen to it, and listen to it and say, I think you should correct this. That is the relationship we build in this industry. But I'm shocked that with what I'm hearing, like you set up an entity and you sign artists into your entity, and you are grooming them for something as against the initial reason of bringing them into the label.
Wow.
Did you see the video that allegedly Larry was about to hit Mohbad? If not that Zlatan came to his rescue, how did that make you feel?
I haven't been able to sleep since when this started. For 72 hours, I've been really, really bad. Just yesterday was the time I was able to sleep a bit. When I had conversation with the Nigerian police, I had some liaison, I spoke to a couple of people that I know that are strong men in the industry and people that are outside the industry, because, this must stop. This will never happen. Now, I'm going to say this again.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you. You just mentioned the Nigerian police. There was a document that was out there that the Mohbad took legal actions and put this matter on the police's table.
Yes.
But according to the Nigerian police, he never showed up. However, why were actions not taken when he was complaining that he was physically being abused?
Let me say this. I'm not going to take the side of the Nigerian police. Every day, they get millions of petitions. Now, when you put up a petition, you are supposed to press on a petition. But when you don't press on a petition, there's a problem. There's a problem when you don't press on your petition. Now, you are being called to come and push up on this petition. You didn't come through. You get what I'm saying? I am not going to say that that's right or wrong, but the point is, you must press on any petition. This is Nigeria, for God's sake. Regardless of this, what did they pay me for body? I can't fold my hands. I don't want to push it. You get what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, when I started this war with the police myself, they were still telling me that there was no petition. Until I pressed through the bigger authority. And imagine how Abuja is knowing that a petition was written before the story now changed and said, okay, we invited him, he didn't come. Negligence. Must it be a son of the emir? Must he be your bad son? Must he be a big man's son before you guys can attend to his matter? It's wrong. This thing is still beat back to the government at the end of the day. Because
Exactly.
we don't even have a secular. We don't have anything to make us. There's nothing to put together and say that, okay, you belong to this industry. Okay, you are a celebrity. When you get to a particular point, there's some things that you deserve and don't deserve.
Yeah. So now, like I stated in my opening statement, the initial report was that Mohbad had ear infection and he died from an ear infection. However, an autopsy was not carried out. Why do you think an autopsy was not carried out?
See,
and he was horridly buried.
See me, I'm going to say this straight. I think I'm going to say this as against Mohbad's father. I probably would say maybe Mohbad's father has been threatened by the people who are involved in his death. Because in the real sense of it, nobody should bury that star like that. You said you were in his house on Saturday. He still gave you money when you left his house. So why would you hurry to even bury him?
Exactly.
And in the course of all this,
hey,
you still got a coffin that was even smaller than his side. You got to bend his neck. Some things are very horrible. See, as much as I want to call so many people's name in this, I do not want to jeopardize the investigation of the police, one. And two, where I might come back on this show might be the fact that if the police do not swing into action in between today and tomorrow. Enough of all the long stories.
What do you think Naira Marley's possible involvement might actually be? Because he has put out a statement saying that
Naira Marley is involved. Naira Marley cannot tell me he's not involved. He has a hand in his death. Somebody can be under your label and is being bullied every day. And you never came out to say anything. And you say you don't know about it, you're putting up statement. Anybody can put up a statement. Naira Marley has an involvement in it. He can't tell me no. If I were Naira Marley, he should turn up himself. Come into this country. Come and defend yourself. Put yourself out.
You don't even come up.
Sam Larry does not even have anything to say. That one can be on the run forever. Because you can see his own evidences over your faces. Those are pictures, that's not doctored. So Naira Marley can never tell me he's not part of this. Anybody that is in this team that's still fooling him and telling him lies should better stop right now. He needs to come out and come defend himself. Because in the real sense of it, I'm just going to say by the law, and let's fool ourselves and say, okay, because it's still been alleged, it's not what you can say yet. Yes, I'll say it's been alleged. But you know what? I can say to his face, he knows about this. And let him come out and wash himself clean and say, I, Naira Marley, I am not involved in this. Then let the police do their due diligence like the English they used.
Also, do you think that there's a need for the government body NDLA to release a statement, because there's a particular video circulating the internet that Mohbad alleged that something was put in his drink right at their office? So do you think the NDLA needs to come out and debunk this?
It's appalling when you see public service where they cannot come out to speak, when they have to go through a long process, hierarchies, before a statement is being released. If it did happen, come out and talk about it. I've been saying this. You see, this thing is a ticking time bomb. Gunpowder, they're sitting on it. See, a lot of people is interested in this case, even inside this country and in diaspora. They're interested in this case because Sam Sultan died. We all felt bad, felt a type of way. But what is the different thing about this is the fact that a lot of people do not want to hear it. There's so many things that's wrong about it. So many things. And I want to say this again on this platform. I believe that the government of Ashiwaju will not fold their hands and let this slide. I don't want to know who is involved. See, the street is upset. When I mean the street is upset, the street is very, very upset. A lot of people do not know who I am. But I still will not want to let anybody to know who I am. But in the real sense of it, Naira Marley need to come out and fix this. If the police needs to pick Mohbad's dad, let them do.
Talking about the streets being upset, like I said, right now, it's just based on all the videos that we're seeing on social media. There's a particular one during his last show at a drink brand. He was performing for a drink brand. And then you could hear voices and you could hear people saying that Sam Larry will, quote and unquote, kill you today. coupled with that video and also the video where he was shooting a music video with Zlatan, where Sam Larry obviously tried to attack him. You know, what do you make of these evidences? Like we said, it is not in our place to authenticate it because it's left for the authorities. Yeah. However, what are your thoughts?
My thought is this: like I said, Sam Larry has been a dog that's been used. I just want to say this: I feel that boy's death is not just for him alone. His death is for a whole lot of people that has been oppressed by Sam Larry and his quotes. A lot of people. I have moved a lot of evidences to the police personally, and I believe they're going to work on it. A lot of boys have spoken to me back to back. This has always been what has been happening back to back. But you know what? People feel I know one person in power, then I'm untouchable. I want to say this in broken English. Who God no fit catch, never create am. There's nobody on this earth that is untouchable. And when it has to do with a star, that boy, see, outside his family that is going to go into hunger strike, a lot of people are attached to him. There's a manager that will start from level 0. There's a videographer that works with him. No more work for them. There's a dancer. No more work for them. There's a photographer. No more work for them. Everybody that's attached to that boy, his glory, is gone right now. It's gone. And this industry was not built in that foundation. Why must it continue? See, a lot of things has been happening in the past. I've heard story of the bunch too at a particular time on One Day Cool. I've heard so many stories. See me? Nothing goes for long. Nothing lasts forever. There must definitely be a payback for every soul who is involved in this boy's death. That's what I'm going to say.
What has been different? Because from what you've said, this has been happening in the industry, and it's not just peculiar only to Mohbad. Why is this case different? Why are people beginning to speak up now? Why has this gained momentum?
You know, I said something. I said his death is just not just natural. He has a strong head in Yoruba. It's only early. Because this will have just slide. He's probably one of the only artists that has left a label in Nigeria that's been able to bounce back and release a song and make a hit. No artist that has left a label in Nigeria with problems have been able to come back and make a hit. The band left more hit too. I mean, Waneko left more hit. Waneko is still struggling so bad to get up, to get a hit. Of course, a lot of people love him. I'm a fan of him. You get what I'm saying? So on the low, with the push, and we love him. So it's the love that we want for one day. But when you talk about a hit, Mohbad has been probably the only artist that has left a label with a problem, with an issue, and come out and made a hit. 1, a hit. 2, a hit. So it's a strong force, people to reckon with. And let me tell you the truth, because he died in a very mysterious way. We just woke up in the afternoon and just heard Mohbad is gone. For what now? Not with that boy. For what?
So
he has never been called sick.
The recent rise in his streaming, where would the money go? Because it has been a topic of debates. Because there's still the case is still in courts as to getting back his catalog.
I overheard from the management saying that he was pressing on the case too to actually get his catalog back and all that. The new album he just released is under his own label, you know, and hopefully that's actually one of the songs that are actually trending, where he can make his money back as well. But in the middle of all this, the only thing I can say to Nigerian artists is they need to calm down. You need to do the needful. You must take it easy in your pursuit for fame and fortune. Take it very, very easy. There's a whole lot of hyenas outside there that they are not who you see them to be. A lot of them come on social media, they share money. They are not who they used. They are not who they are. Who they paint themselves to be in the public. Behind, they are wild animals. I'm just going to say this and drop it on the table for them. Be careful. Not all people we see on social media, we call them baba baba. They are wrong people in the real life. A lot of you artists that have talents can be stars. Just a time. Follow that process. They know that you guys are not ever patient. It's the reason why you always fall victim. And let me say this again. I said, before Mohbad entered into Naira's page, he would have sensed a lot of stuff. Naira can't tell me he's not into all this substance. You will have seen yourself that this place is not the right place I'm supposed to be. But you know the pursuit that I want to be big will keep you there and say, maybe, for example, let me use like 1 year or 2 years, maybe I can go. Who they carry leg enter inside river, we can they shout code. You are in there. You are in there. So for any other person, like I said, my war and my battle is not for Mohbad. It's for the ones that are still oppressed. A lot of people cannot talk. They're still under, still sneaking. I know they know people in power. We are in power. We are all in power. But in the true sense of it, I'm probably not supposed to say this here, but while growing up, when we hear about their flats and all that, we used to hear that it is meant to protect the oppressed.
Yeah,
Now,
talking about frauds, there has been a lot of previous videos being released about
now,
Naira Marley's involvement back in Peckham in London.
Now, why are you the one oppressing your own? They see that place as where people run to. See, let me tell you about a little back. About Christians too. Those years, those ages, those centuries, churches too were like frats, whereby you can't come out boldly and say, I'm worshiping Jesus.
So are you saying most record labels are like fraternities?
I am telling you what it is. I am telling you what it is. So it's not a crime. Fraternities is supposed to work to help you to the top. Whereby, e.g., I know you, you know this, you know that person. It helps you wire your song to the top. But what I'm saying now is this. It is not used for the purpose what it's supposed to be used for. It's like somebody saying that I belong to a Macadenuga family. It's more or less like a frat. Anything I do, it gives us a network to be able to come out and get to the right place in time. Because I'm affiliated to that Macadenuga family. So why are you now using the sole non-power you have to oppress the people? The Elegushi had to come and disengage themselves from your name. The same frat you think you have made noise about how to release a letterhead to saying that you're not their member. Why? I believe this is not it's not a Mohbad's fight. It's not a Mohbad's thing. It's just that Mohbad is the one that is skyrocketing this. And I'm going to tell you for free that this is not going to slide. And it's a callback for every artist, celebrities. And I'm going to say this again. For every stars, any young artist that want to be a star, take your time. Take your time. All that glitters are not gold. You see me in my life, I say to a lot of them, like, I want to be remembered that I lived by my rule, not by the rule of the society. Now, you see a lot of celebrity, female celebrity on Gucci bags and all that. They don't tell these girls how they make money. So they go the extreme, want to make those money too. It's high time we take it easy on these people. It's high time we take it easy on them because it is not helping this society. I don't know if you saw a video of Ada Ame of that just passed. That person.
Memory.
You know, the video sounded like she recorded it yesterday, calling out Naira Marley.
Yeah.
You are not supposed to be helping this society. People following this Naira Marley should go back.
Yes.
People doing this should go back. In the real sense of it, it is what it is. And it's still standing today. And I don't think this government is going to fold their hands. Even if he knows you, even if you guys you've dined together, see, you can go and solve it in jail. But you see, for this, we need to put sanity into this environment because you don't like it or not, bro, it's going to happen to the next person behind you.
All right, thank you so very much for coming on K Solo.
Hey, my people. If I tell now yesterday, for the past
AutoNation will buy your car, your truck, even your SUV.
For the past few days, I don't know, like say person born pikin, like say na person pikin. The thing worry me. E don dey worry. I dey avoid them.
Yeah. See, that guy spoke volumes. That's one day Cole story that he talked about. Nobody today I don't hear him. You don't say where I don't hear him. And who is one day Cole over? What's his name? I've forgotten his name, Sha. But it's another Nigerian big person. This the band matter. The same person when they call David, nine the band been David said. Now so the matter take be, so there's so much on the ground. And I think this guy's passing is uncovering so many things that it's like, you take it and you press it down. You take it and you press it down. And this time This boy head don't strong, don't catch everybody. No pressing down again. Oh yeah, make the camp open, make everybody see what's in the happen. Nine be this guy, now because this Naira Marley, I watched a documentary that was done in England about this guy. Nothing good come out for the thing. When I they hear waiting the guy they talk, hey, I say, how then go know all these things? Because even for this obodo Igbo where all of us dey, you not get any kind work. Even if you want to clean the office, where they no go do background check on you, then
I'm telling you.
you won't come go do ambassador work, and then no for the whole country. Now you go be the face, and then no go do background work. So you tell me say then do background work for this speaking body, then see waiting in they carry. You see carry and take put for front. I mean, who are they kidding? Then you see waiting at that may talk. Person we don't go, never reach one year where the woman don't buy go and see waiting they come out. So waiting be they hold those ones they say, and I sure say, like when you talk say the Mohbad no show for the police. Now lie. I sure say the guy don't go there, tire, don't harass them. And the bigger ones they go tell them, say, see, oh, your boy can't talk, oh, your boy don't come
Exactly.
to but to me say no forget her. You don't say no to anybody, nothing will happen. If no be say this, but and this in fact I talk so now, I dey fear for him because he don't open all of
Pata
them.
pata. The
He
guy
don't
not even
open
a
all them.
fear. You know, see as the guy they talk. The guy doesn't. He's not afraid though.
And he
He's saying it like he's not afraid.
he's not afraid because
At
I
this
think the
point,
reason why
yeah,
is probably because he too he gets his own way strong where for her say make I talk, make I see who will come near me. Because you
exactly.
imagine the people that are around Mohbad. They must have known so many things. But everybody does they say, I don't want to work out, I don't want to go like that one say full logo. Make I just demand my business they go. So this is just an eye opener for all the dirty games being played in that industry. Just like Peter Obi can open all the politicians, make everybody see us the nonsense they do. Now so this one, now every department. We don't see the justice department own. We don't see the music department own. We don't see the politicians department. We go soon. We even see the medical department. That pikin wey buy for leads for hospital. When I just them on they talk since, but nobody wanted to fix the elevator. So now small. Now so you go to just they expose them they go.
Kai. Hey, my goodness. In fact, at a week, yes, and the thing just for some time now, I don't dey cry oh. I go cry small, but I go the thing just dey affect me. I say which kind human being be this? I no know this guy. I no even know him music. I don hear one or two of him. That's I no even know say na him sing am. I no know them like that. The thing affect me. I no go lie oh, my people. Yesterday was like it was like that was the straw that broke the camel's back. I couldn't hold it. I just started crying. I just dey weep. Eh? Hey! Abeg o, wickedness dey dis world o, my goodness. Please don't raise your children in Lagos biko. Me, I don't even know if I know wickedness is all over the place, but what they've turned Lagos into now is like a huge headquarters of occults.
Um,
Look at what they are doing to people's children, torí Ọlọ́run.
you hear wetin him talk? He call am cabal. So now
Eh,
cabal dey everywhere. Everybody don't sabi wetin cabal be.
can you imagine
We see this
fraternity?
like people they open university, they open school, they open shop, they open big places. Our own na cabal will dey increase. Auntie Neka, they greet so Auntie Gravitas, I see you, Uncle Ken. They oh,
Wow. Eh? What is it? Wetin these people dey find? What is it that somebody is looking for? Eh? And you will just take somebody that's supposed to be your brother. At least treat am like your own brother. The guy sef no be normal human being. See the the history behind him. People still open eye make the guy ambassador unto nonsense. Eh? Ambassador unto rubbish and nonsense, for crying out loud. Eh? Let's you open eye make that one ambassador of nonsense. I don't get it. Eh? Ah, wow. Ah, mm. I've never heard this kind thing before. And apparently Ada Ahmed did a video. That video has been circulating right now. I'm trying to play it for you guys. Ada Ahmed did a video, sent a warning to the guy because apparently he had made a very stupid comment at one time. Let me see if I can find if I can pull it up. Eh? Eh, now wow, God abeg. What kind of life is this? See by force? The guy say he no wan do no. Una no, I go just play this thing like that make una hear abeg. I no fit pull am come here but make una just lis ten. Make I play am for una. I don't know what's wrong, but I think there's something wrong. Let me know when you can hear it. Just indicate by saying yes if you can. Welcome, Amaka, Imo, Pius. Welcome, greetings, everyone. Okay, let me turn up the volume, crank that up. This is by Adame. I don't know for some reason I'm having trouble um, downloading the. Okay, I think I have a way of pulling it up. Let me see right here. Bear with me, guys. It's sad though, I'm not going to lie. The what that boy went through, no human being, one person, as young as he is, look at what he had to deal with nobody to cry to. It's heartbreaking. A young man, look at what he had to deal with. Nobody, people that he's supposed to, that are supposed to help him, they even can't give am something. Ah, God. Hey, God, how these people want to sit with themselves? I don't understand. How do people do these things and just
Oh yeah.
they are okay?
Oh my, you know what even makes it worse? The fact that, you know how when you go to work in the morning and you have a stressful day, you look forward to going back home, right? That, at least when you get home, it's a safe haven, you will be calm, and then, just offload all the workload and everything and just look forward to a quiet evening. In this particular situation, the boy will not be like that because you come out for the work, you dey run go house, you go meet house with the small video where we see where the papa do. You will go meet us, papa go say, money no dey here, money no dey. So your pressure na times two waiting you dey face. And then as a young man, your own goals and aspirations, you're also giving your own personal self-pressure to try and do well. So it's like from every angle. I mean, I maybe if he even slept safe, who knows whether he slept peacefully at night? Because from what this guy has said right now, from every angle, there was never a time the guy had peace of mind. You know?
Never. Let me play this video like this. Oh, let me just play. Guys, let me know when you can hear it.
Ramali, now you I want to address this night, eh? You don't make me sleep well. You're just very stupid. See, make I tell you something today. Eh? All of us now in the smoky bowl. But it won't they make person crazy, they make person head correct. If you own they make you do anyhow, yarn or pattern, pokey. No, they call pokey. Shut the fuck up. You know what I tell you? That state, maybe not cruise you won't catch. You don't get common sense. I used to like you a lot, man. I regretted the day I hugged you in the plane and I said, hey, president of whatever, because I like you. Man, you monkey, you thick up. I don't want to use the effort fully. See, make I come out these glasses safe. Come. All of us get street credibility. When they worry you, they crazy, you they mad, for the nonsense where you open your mouth, they yarn up pattern, like picking will not get home training. Come on, stop the fake off. You know they see the likes of Don Jazzy and all that. You know they see what's in it, they take their page and their fame they do. You are supposed to be an advocate of peace, sincerity, reality. Forget all the other thing we fame carry come. You know they see Funke Akindele them. You know they see actors and actresses, musicians, maybe see they use their page judiciously, constructively. They use and apply wisdom to the life of other people. With all the tension where they go on for Nigeria, you don't get sense. You go do that kind of monkey statement. I had to unfollow you, man, because you don't get sense. They open your mouth, say you want to tell your mother that Ada Grace Obandiame said, first of all, before you go sleep with mother and child, make your mama sleep with your papa brother. You don't get sense. You be idiot. Be stupid boy. Now cruise you they catch. You they see Don Jazzy they using page, they promote young stars. They promote people. They positive, man. If like the way they smoke, some of us they smoke go too. Forget all those things, what would they do? Some of us they smoke go too. It was supposed to make your head correct, not be make you the wrong colosis. The moment where you don't the wrong colosis, mind be said it's not the work again. That means you get to discontinue. You get to stop it. You realize that I never slap your face, make you faint, now make you they do nonsense. You mad. You don't get sense. So that video where you do no ever for your life till you die. Anybody where you come my page, make mistake. I used to love undiluted. Every artist in Nigeria that is a musician that has come up with something that made one silly sense or the other, I like. If you come my page say you won't come cost me see because we did do Malia. You not do Malia and reach me. If you come my page, try that one with me. The way when I'll find you come here, you not go even like her. Mali, now you are the address, so you decrease, you not get sense. You better discontinue. That's not they make you the wrong colosis. It's obvious that you are running you are demented. He's only a madman. What kind of silly cruise are you catching with all this bullshit? You come one day, you will be mostly just finish fasting. Your mates, they do 7 days extra. Look the kind of nonsense where you they post. And you they tossing a cruise you they catch. Make thunder no fire you for there. If anybody will get sense, if you they follow Naira Marley, unfollow the idiots. That's stupid. You're misleading our youngsters. We have 1,001 problem in Nigeria. You don't know what's in Nigeria they talk right now. Oh, you get Britico citizen, you be Britico. Anytime you feel Fante. If alarm blow today, you go Fante. Then you go leave the people where you say you don't mislead. In the name of say, then they chase cruise. You they mad? I be want me to fire your head. Instagram, I'm not trying to be violent, but this is sickening. You they crazy. Your mates, then they use their page, they do better thing. What's be the thing where they use your page, they do? They use and they mislead people. You they crazy. See, man, I warn you today, and make today be the first and last time where you go. See, if you like, they never flog your nyasho. If they flog your nyasho, you know, say, Kakino be leather. Tell man, you know, I want to say, Orinyo Benny. àbí wọ́n ṣépè fún yàrá ìyá yín ni? Are you crazy? You have a mother, you have sisters, and you have a daughter. Your cruise is to sleep with a mother and child. You can ring it in your head, but sounding it out is totally out of it. Guy, Mona take caution. Mona stop to dey mislead our youth. The problem within Nigeria pass this nonsense. If they pay una to dey do bullshit, Mona stop them. May God no punish una generation. You dey mad. You dey mad. I be the crazy. I be dey swear for you. You dey mad. Now let you dey far. What do they do now? What do they do? You dey crazy. That thing where you think say you dey do, some of us they do times 10. You dey crazy. You dey run colossus. Somebody has to put you in your place, man. Naramali, man, you've messed up. You goof. You goof big time. You don't make me sleep well because I dey think. I enter inside my toilet. I want bath. I no feel bath. I just sit down and think what I go tell you. We go make your medulla oblongata correct. You dey crazy. You dey crazy. Which kind of you dey insult women? I not blame you. I not blame you. The reason why you get the effrontery to talk all this rubbish, now because of the, you know that you don't see small down through one wolfie. And for everybody that has commented, that has said something nasty, that is supporting what Naira Marley said, is catching. What kind of cruise are you catching? Do you know what Nigeria is right now? We're in a silly state. And you don't have anything to talk about that. Look at Don Jazzy. He goes about encouraging people to do better. Take people off the streets. You're putting people off the street, encouraging them to be drug addicts and to be demented and come out with silly ideas that will not profit their life. May God Almighty forgive you. May Allah forgive you. Your fasting and the prayers that you made, may God in heaven forgive you because you're a wicked soul. You are one of those people that has come out to depopulate the kingdom of heaven, but God will not allow your enterprise to function. Thou said the Lord Almighty, because He is God and God all by Himself. I am a mother. Yes, I lost my child, but I have plenty other children. But for a young boy like you to come out and write that silly stuff, I follow you. Why would I waste my time to follow an imbecile like you? And if you think you can come for me, you never know. Now, Jegule girl I be born, buttered, breaded in AJ, and will not be fear. Bring it on. With all your crew, I swear to God, you will be shocked. Any negative energy for what I've said, if I've said anything wrong, may God judge me. Because I spoke to you. I smoke Igbo before now. And I know the shame to talk am. But anybody will go talk say Igbo kolo in head to the point where they say you don't get common sense again. You don't get respect for him mama. Because if you can say that about a woman, that means you don't have regards for your mother. You don't have regards for your sisters. You don't have regard for your daughter. May God Almighty forgive you and change your wicked, evil spirit. That spirit that the devil has given to you to influence the youngsters of Nigeria. I debunk it in the mighty name of Jesus.
Hey, una here? Like say Adame no. This video she did it what I think was 20 when the apparently he made a very sickening joke, as you can hear it. He made a very sick and she responded to him. See how long she took to respond? She spent 10 minutes responding to this bastard. That's how long it took her to respond to him. And sealed it up with a prayer as if she saw this day coming. Man, time up for that Naira Marley or whatever his name. Look at him, he looks scrunchy, very scrunchy looking human being. When you feel use koboko flog from his head to his, ah God, ah, oh, it's just it's so sad.
I know.
It's so sad that a life is gone. An innocent, struggling boy is gone. Talk.
And with all the money and exposure that this guy has, you would have at least seen it on him, on the way he talks, or maybe the way he behaves. As I'm sorry to say to whoever his parents are, it's just a waste of money, waste of
There is nothing shows on him. The guy is evil. You know, read
nothing.
Gravitas comment. Gravitas say, are they vex as Nigerians let a troubling, not be Nigerians let the guy, not be Agbado Baba Blue presidency, not be dem make am spokesperson for NDLA,
Exactly.
then be drug pick himself. Apparently I hear say na so e take dey initiate the boys, dey send dem to go to deliver, dey go dey deliver drugs. Na those people dey e dey influence dem to dey take drugs. I'm
Almost,
telling
if
you.
if we better country, our country here, that kind of a thing. But the mere fact that he has so much publicity, NDLA would have dropped it in a heartbeat because
Did
they would
they do
not.
any background check? Now who know who
No,
now? They say,
I'm
oh,
not
we
talking
know
about
him.
check. I'm
Let's
not
just
talking
put him
about
there.
now. I'm talking about now with how he is now. NDA have dropped him right away because there's so much bad publicity in order not to taint their him. But they have not said anything. Police has not said anything. The country is moving normal. Now,
No, the
so
police has come out to make a statement. They've arrested. I just said I shared it earlier. They arrested they've called the father and the mother for questioning. They are exhuming. I think they've exhumed his body, or they're exhuming it for autopsy. So the police is now with pressure, and people are putting their eyes on them to do the right thing. Now, Elegushi has distanced himself. Let me
from the
even
Sam
see if I,
Larry.
yeah, from the hair. And who else? Lagos State government. They've distanced themselves because there were pictures circulating where the same people, the Sam Larry and the Naira Marley guy,
And
they
in picture with
they were
someone.
taking pictures with Sanwo-Olu, take pictures together. They were seen in certain places together with heavy chain wey dey put for neck, when they no know say, in fact the fact say dem even dey wear that chain shows how demented these boys are.
Oh,
The
that
thing
you
wey
know
be say
that
na
don't
for
understand.
another African country na dey take thief am, blood chain na dem dey wear. Your own fellow brother for another African society, you go use money wey you take do better thing for people life, go dey buy. Why dem no go get problem? Eh?
Hey, oh my, yeah,
See,
you
so
go,
he
you
even
go.
confess, sorry, Bibi. Eh? So he confessed he was trying not to be a serial Oh my God. Wow.
Oh, you didn't hear?
Hey! He has been arrested 125 times in the UK.
That was the documentary I was talking about that I listened to.
Ah, Ọlọ́run ọba o.
Yes, so be careful with that particular one if you're going to play it, because it's got some strong language.
I can't even, I tell you, I cannot play. Apart from these videos, I can't play any other. Even Yabo Ojo's I can't play it. Because she had to play some of the videos where I can't. That's the only other one I saw, and I saw hers this morning. I saw Yabo Joe's video, very upset that she did. I'm glad that people are upset. We are sitting on a keg of uh, of gunpowder in Nigeria. It's gonna be any moment now.
I really, anybody, the people that are on the comment section, I really implore everyone, to take the time and watch that documentary that he did. And you should, how you will be so proud of, maybe your daughter went to school or you yourself graduated after looking. You should hear how proud this guy was of the kind of things he was involved in. Oh my God, catch me. I said, my person picking be this. Where in Mama Day? Ah, no, it's
Mm.
terrible.
stuck on people. So yeah, his spirit is very restless. You can tell. It's just moving. It's amazing. The human spirit is a powerful one. No, I'm not gonna lie to you. That boy has a powerful spirit. Me wey no know am, I no even know say anybody like that dey exist. Na when I come hear, I go say, "Oh, na him sing that song." I no even know say na him be the artist wey do the song. Hey, the guy is restless. He's angry. His spirit is angry. Hey, what they did was not, no, that's too much for one human being. Waiting.
And I heard he has
Yes,
a child. He has a son.
that child will be taken care of because people have now known the child. He's
Ah,
gonna be, that child will be okay.
sorry,
Now the
surrounding the
child go,
child.
yeah, the child will be okay. That
No,
one at least.
did
Mm.
you hear the story surrounding the child?
If it's terrible, I don't want to hear it.
No, it's not terrible. It's not terrible. They what they said was that the child looks like Sam Larry, not the Naira Marley, not the Mohbad.
I didn't see. I don't. I saw the child, but that child doesn't look like this Sam. I don't. I don't see
Because
the.
they said the child was very fair skinned, the boy is not fair skinned, the mother is not fair skinned, his parents are not fair skinned. So where is the fair skin color coming from? Of course, these are all different narratives that is coming out
Yeah.
now.
Well, time will tell. Abby, time will tell. Yeah, a state of 1 million boys. No, gravitas, you're right. The whole country is rotting from top to bottom. It seems it has to. I think it has to get to a point where it is now. Everybody now come out and say, you know what, this is it. It is what it is. People are people are having more confidence every day. People are no longer because they are not living. All those people that are living in all these so-called ghettos that they created in Lagos, are they living lives? They are not living. It is those same people that were exposed. You know how many videos I saw, people doing videos from all these agberos, doing videos, threatening, sending direct messages to Sam Larry and Naira Marley. Then they wait for the guy. As a matter of fact, I saw a video of whether they set fire to Sam Larry's house in Lagos. I don't know how true that is. I saw a video like that. Eh? Hey, can you imagine? Yeah, how won't he? Because it was a sad, they not give the guy a break. Eh? They did not. Exactly. It was the drug. Thank you very much, Amaka. Yeah, exactly. That's why I was telling Gravitas. It's not us that put him there. It is your Baba Blue government because they are all in the same cult, including the man wey introduce cult come Nigeria, Wole Soyinka. That man suppose go down for this crap when he bring introduce to this society. Hmm. Hey, this should be a lesson so that when somebody cries out for help, celebrity or not, people who have platforms should do something after, do something, not after. Is it not if you know? Is if you know now, and you too, Imo, you also, as soon as you heard, you too could have created a platform and showcase it. You know that, right? You know that the work is not for one person and it's not for only those that have platform. Even you as you dey now, you fit start platform with wetin dey happen. You go don see video of say, Imo don dey talk this thing dey come since, so so everybody cannot, everybody that owns a platform cannot attend. You know how many issues there are in Nigeria alone? How many things you wan talk about? So my sister or my brother, I don't know whether, I no forget whether you be boy, man or woman, no vex, no take am personal, abeg, no vex. Create your own platform too, right? So that you can talk about some of these issues. It's not only for those who have platform, because I can tell you for free, I cannot talk about everything. There's so many things. We have not even scratched the surface of what's going on in Nigeria. So if you get platform tailor made for certain scenarios, it will be good. So you are not one of those that is pointing finger and saying you had a platform, why don't you say something? You too can do something. Start a platform, talk about the issues. You understand? Na so, because everybody now, we're on this table. Nigeria issue, e no dey finish. every day one thing or the other every day. Recently, for Jos, they kpai all the church members, about 20 church members including the pastor. Dat one dey ground. Where you wan sit down, as dat one don happen, another one come up again. The people kidnap some people, demand money. They never gree release the people, then they demand for more money. Which else? What? Every day there's something going on. Una no hear about the man wey dey, whether he the traffic controller, when trailer comot for, he join with trailer. How many stories? So my brother or my sister Imo, open your platform, make you sef dey talk about these issues o, because omo e plenty, I no lie, you know. And it's not only that, I think it's not that, I think it's the rush. People are always in a rush. You understand? People are always in a rush, not taking their time. All these young men, because they are hungry, they are desperate. So anything, they'll take anything. That's what they're using against them. And this whole idea of signing contract, you see what they do for Hollywood, now they don't carry enter Nigeria now for Nigerian record labels. I tell una say this thing they infiltrate. Wetin dem dey do for Hollywood, they'll give you contract, right? Artists, they'll give artists contract. If you no read the fine print, you no know say you are giving up. In fact, you don turn over your entire body, soul, spirit. You no know. You know how many artists don go on top of this stuff like this. Now they don carry enter Nigeria now. You go quick sign contract, you no collect lawyer to tell you wetin dey inside that contract, make you know wetin you dey sign. Eh? I'm telling you o. Yeah, but I mean, it takes wisdom, it takes understanding to get to a point for people to understand that not everybody is meant to be rich. If you're gonna have something, you're gonna have it, but you just have to go through the process. Problem is, people are in a rush. You know, poverty. They don't make poverty turn people into something else. Yeah, I'm telling you, Mr. Moore, that's what that's what I desire. I'm praying for the spirit of Jerry Rawlings. I'm praying for the spirit of Sri Lanka to fall on Nigeria. That's what I'm praying for. Eh? That's what
Oh
I'm
my, yeah,
praying
you
for.
know, serious. Say I'm praying for the spirit of Joy and Sri Lanka. You know, serious at all.
Yes, now that's the only way. Oh, let the spirit. In fact, they say, if they call me now, I come pray. That will be my prayer request. I people they hear me, they talk. I'll say, oh, yes, yes. Let the spirit of Sri Lanka fall on Nigeria. Let the spirit. Now me, I go to pray that prayer. That is my prayer point right now. Yes, so eh? The guy used him mouth talk am like he didn't hide who he was or his past. A lot of people, wow, he didn't. A lot of people look past how much of a criminal he was because he was dropping music to the God. Even some of his music were I heard. I'd never heard his music. I didn't even know who this Naira Marley guy is, to be honest. If not be wetin dem dey call am, the na tell una the main people wey dem release say Burna Boy, Wizkid, Falz. I like Falz, Simi, Simi husband. Those are the people I listen to, right? Yeah. I like Simi husband well well because his songs dey deep sort of. So I dey like am. I dey like to listen. All these people, me no know them o. Eh? Can you imagine? That guy suppose fit enter Nigeria. That kind criminal. Wey dem don arrest over 125 times for London. E suppose fit enter, e no suppose fit enter Nigeria. As e dey come Nigeria, e suppose to dey carry am go dey lock, make dem lock am for kirikiri, throway key. How many criminals, most of the criminals wey dem dey here, dem go carry dem go Nigeria, they don't do anything. If Ekweremadu, they say dem don lock am for London, na so Ekweremadu go come out, e go go Nigeria, e go go become Senate president. The boys will be sent to deliver. Yeah, they will waylay the boys before they get to their destination and tell them to buy the drugs that were. Yeah, imagine that kind. Yep, that's what they. I heard that. Somebody is asking if the documentary is on Netflix. So, BB, is the documentary on Netflix? That documentary of
I
the
didn't see it on
Naira
Netflix.
Marley.
I saw it on YouTube. I
Okay,
just by chance saw it on YouTube.
okay. So it's
Yeah,
on YouTube.
somebody was, and he was in England when the things were made, him and the people that he was with.
Wow. Yeah, man. There's so much happening that meets the eye. Look at all these young people practically worshiping all this money, Miss Road, not really knowing. Yeah, that's the problem. That's what's happening. The whole social media thing, it's all a farce, it's an illusion. But when you have exposure to it, people are desperate. They are willing to do anything, anything, just to be on. I mean, I don't understand it though. To be honest with you, I don't. Nothing like contentment too. The documentary dey YouTube o, Amaka. Eh? It's very, yeah, 27-year-old is very different from our own. I'm telling you, 27 year, wetin I know. Omo, Johnny just come. I no know nada. Naive. 27. Eh? They take extreme risk. Clearly, I would certainly not have taken that type of risk. Oh, okay. Imo, I understand. The reason why I even responded like that, you are not the only one that will say stuff like that. I know you didn't mean it in a bad way. So even if I was responding the way I was responding, please know that it wasn't directed at you personally. It's never personal. Me, I just dey talk say the matter wey dey Nigeria, one person no fit carry am. It's impossible. You have to find areas because the country needs help where you go fit hold you say okay, na this one I go focus on, this one na be my concern, make I deal with am. But the problem is say you cannot deal with it without dealing with the government first. This is where everything falls on, because the presidency, the government in Nigeria has so much power that's given to them that they don't know how to use. Now that we have evil people in control, evil has taken over, you know. Mm. Yeah, exactly. Now eye opener. That's true. Things has to fall apart for something to be revealed. Word. Imo. That's very, very, that's a strong word right there. That's true. Things have to fall apart. Center cannot hold it anymore. It has
Oh, can I share something, please?
Please go ahead.
So, I had to share this with my hubby, and I want to share it with friends here because everybody is learning. Nothing is. All these things are all unfolding, and it just occurred to me. So when I was watching different clips about this ongoing saga right now, I came across this clip of a young boy that was no to a producer and maybe his assistant, and they had just put together this nice, really nice, cool beat. And then they went out into the street and were, asking people if they could sing. So they approached this young girl, and the girl said, "No, I can't sing." And he had his computer in his hand, and he had his microphone in his hand, like ready to listen to anything, to start recording right away. So the girl walked away, and then he met another young boy, and the young boy said, "No, no, I can't sing. Not at all." The guy even made a joke and said, "You didn't even bother to think about it." The other guy said, "No, I don't know how to sing." And then he kept on walking. So they got to a little place where they saw one young boy. I'm sure that boy could not be more than 10, 11, max 12. And they asked him that, can you sing? And the little boy said, "No, I can't sing. However, I know," and this is all in Yoruba. And the guy said, "I know someone that can sing." And he's working on a car because it was like a mechanic workshop. So he went into the garage where all the other mechanics were, and this was back home I think it's in Lagos. He went into the workshop, and then the little boy went to call his friend that could sing. And my goodness, I was even blown away. So the guy put the thing, the little laptop, and then he now brought the beats, and he just told the young boy to just start vibing, and the guy started vibing. This is it. The boy when I call, he come off from under motor where they walk. In fact, the producer tell am say, "You sure say your oga no go mind?" He say, "No, no, no, he no go mind. Say at least he go understand. He go back to doing work." he just clean hand with the mechanic dirty cloth, everything. He begin to just the vibe they go. Me self, I don't know when they carry the body, they shake self, say, waiting with this. Cause this was just raw talent. Now the producer can say, stop. Make I begin to record you, say, make you not just the talk. So the guy now stopped him. Now started playing the original thing that he had on his laptop. And then the guy started singing. And, he was just going along with it. Hey! Oh my yeah. I just did look the boy. But at the end of the day, when I heard that, something just got into me and I said, now so this thing they take starts. This boy, where they do mechanic work now, where they do this kind of yama work, if that producer no get better belly, he go tell and say, come, I will give you 10,000, sign here. All the song where you go sing. For that young mechanic boy, he never see 10,000 before, he never see 20, he then go offer him anything. He will think of the fact that all I have to do is to sing, and I won't do this menial job, and I will blow like David O, like Whiskey, all of that. And you could fall into the wrong hands because, case in point, whatever they are going to bring, just like that guy that was on Robin Minds was interviewed, whatever they're going to bring, you don't have anybody to verify what you're signing. You haven't read it yourself to understand the fine print in those things that you are signing. And we have loads of these young boys and girls all over Nigeria. So my thing now is, please, if you have younger ones at home, if you have younger cousins, siblings, neighbors, please tell them to be wary, because this thing, this on colos where they take now, you can get it from the nearest malam where they sell kuli for main road. Cost. I've been say the thing now only for rich men. Apparently, everybody fit get her now from any motor park. I carry God take begging. Beg on her. Tell people who na sabi, because everybody wants a good life and nobody wants to work for it. Everybody wants to blow, but nobody wants to go through the process before they finally blow. It's just something that just hits me whilst we were talking about this. And I thought I had discussed it with my husband earlier today. And I said, if I ever get any platform to share it with, please, let's just tell our kids, our family members, our relatives that, look, this is what is going on. In the name of you wanting to look for greener pasture and looking for something big, you might just end up putting your hand in something that you cannot take your hands out of. And you will endanger yourself and those around you. That's what I wanted to share. Oh my, can you hear me?
I was talking. I didn't know I'd muted myself.
Bele.
Thank you very much. That was very good. It's timely. It's very important for people to know that. And I think that people should consider, if you're on ground in Nigeria, and I think that this is going to happen, people should consider, and this is the job of lawyers. This is where I wonder what kind of lawyers they are breeding in Nigeria. This is a job for a lawyer. You just gather a group of yourselves as lawyers and just focus on entertainment and say, you know what, let's go and be helping these people. Let's go and teach them, talk to them and sign them on as clients, so that before, when they get a contract, they will come through us. Eh? This is the problem. Everybody's just sitting on their legs, on their hands, and waiting for manna to fall from heaven. Eh? See people, young talent that you should be coming, talking to, educating them. Even if they cannot afford you, you can start educating them. If you have any contract, bring it, let me read it. You go, you take it, you go and meet another colleague who knows more than you, so that people will look at it before they sign off young people. This is what's happening. I'm sure that stuff like that is going to be springing up. You're going to have pro bono services. You're going to have, a legal aid type thing where entertainers can go to, because that's the only way these young people have to express themselves. Music and art. Eh? You can imagine that interview we listened to now. What did that guy say? The guy said there's so many stories, there's so many talents that they've shut down. Can you imagine? All na envy o, jealousy, make the guy blow, make him light not shine, so that go fit dey reach. God, you have to, man. Nigeria, Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Evil, wickedness. They no want. And you see this thing wey we dey talk so, na everywhere e dey o, no be for artists. Na everywhere. I remember growing up then there was somebody that we know that lived around in the compound. This person had a help, right? That was working for her. This girl, this help could sing. My goodness. If she sing, she go sing for morning, sing for night. Then I think first of all, the person that hired her, that she was working with, was promised that she was going to take her to school, let her give her opportunity to go to school. We no gree give the girl chance. The girl go work for morning reach night every day. Now you go say okay, after much talk from people, convince the woman, let this girl go and learn a trade or something. Now you woman come start. So you know what she now did? This woman now put her in with her friend that was a tailor. And so because she could monitor her, and if he say enough he come today, the friend no go too argue, stuff like that. This girl go wake up early, e go work, clean house, do everything, work, work, work. Before she go late go learn her tailoring. When she dey come back, she must come make sure say she show up on time. She no show up, this woman don dey call. Where she dey? Where she dey? Where she dey? Na so e do this girl o. Do you know it was one of the woman's friends that was coming to that house that saw what that girl was doing. When the girl left the woman's house finally, because she was tired of what the woman was doing to her, it was one of the woman's friends that hired that girl, put her in a designing school for her to be learning, and gave her all the opportunities. This particular woman she was working with did not want to give her a chance. Did not. People were telling her, if this girl leaves you now, what's she going to hold on to? You just use her time from morning to night. You go dey use hot water till dey wash concrete. Hey! People wicked for, I no go lie to una, pipu wicked for Nigeria. Me I see am growing up, I see am. Me sef don get my own small experience. Hey! They're wicked. They no wan make anybody better pass their own. They no wan make anybody better pass their pikin. Better everybody. This one dey look, oh, who does she think she is? That mindset is a devilish mindset. That's what is playing out on a greater level right now. I'm telling you, the work that needs to be done in Nigeria not be small. Or you go dey work, you go dey help person sell for market. All these people wey dey sell cloth, sell things for market, you go see the girls wey dey work for them. They no dey treat them well. They no, if they see say the person hand good for their business, maybe because that particular person dey help am sell, na good sales girl, people dey always come the person shop come buy. The owner of the shop will refuse to let the girl go. E go look for way to ensure say the girl no remember to do her own, so that she go continue to dey sell. What is
Omo,
it?
yeah, I get gist. I get strong gist. Wetin you just talk so? E just remind me of one of my neighbor. One rich lady, oh, the husband bin dey work for bank. She gets business, they do very well. She go bring one of her people, then come. When she come bring the person come now, agreed, she been get small children. But, my mama been dey sew cloth. So my mama can't tell you, madam, say, make the girl come learn work now, so that, when time reach, at least, even if you go back, make you no go back empty handed. This was so many years back. Now the woman says, okay, she don't gree. So the woman go herself or go buy all the things where then go need to take sew the cloth, to take learn how to sew, everything. First day, my mama no sick person come. And my mama they get customers well. People go just they come. But the girl no go come. In fact, two other people can't learn work self. The girl no even start. And like after like 1 month, now she can't go meet the girl. Say, help me the man. Say, you never see the baby. He say, no, mind now. So I saw the girl go wake up late. And then housework go plenty. You know, go fit do anyone. And he go tell her say, if he no finish that housework, he no go anywhere. My mama can't call the girl, come tell her and say, you know they wake up well. Say that for your own good, oh. Now the woman, now the girl come tell my mama say na lie oh. Say na so she go wake up early. Say na so the woman go give am cloth. Say the woman go give am cloth wey she don wash the day before. Bring am come out again. Say make she wash cloth. Na so dem do. Time come reach. Mama come tell am say he no go fit hold money wey dem never use yet o. So make him let the girl go. Say make he collect him money back. Say he no go teach the girl because say he no go. She no dey comfortable to collect money wey dem never use. Na the woman come say okay, come collect him money back. Then he come tell my mama, he come tell mama say he wan open shop oh, and he no open shop for Lagos. Say when my mama dey come Lagos to come buy her sewing material, say make he come dey branch come dey see am oh. Na so this woman come carry the new girl, the girl dey follow dey go Lagos, and where we dey stay far, so dem go comot for early morning. Na so wetin we come notice is say the girl, dem two of them go comot for house, but na only the madam go first come back. And we were friends with the girl. All of us na small girls be, so all of us were just friends. We don't know who be house girl, who no be house girl. We go come ask am say, you say you never come back? He go say no, say never come back. We go come see the girl dey come back for night by herself with things for her hair. Wetin happen? Why you no dey come back with your madam now? He say say the madam go come out, say the madam go come shop, stay for like 1 hour, come out. Now only she go dey shop. Say you no dey even see the madam. Hey, omo yeah, long story short, he come get one guy wey could be na the girl na tell us. He come get one guy wey bin dey come the shop, and the shop dey sell, and this guy come fall in love with this girl. The man too sells things, and he was a little bit older than the girl. Now the girl come tell my mama say see wetin happen now. Mama come tell am say she no go advise say make she go. Say see na your auntie be this now. You don't know who this person be. You don't know whether I wan carry you to do anything. The girl tell my mama say even if the man marry 100 wives and she go be the number 101, she no go stay again. Say she don tire. Say the thing wey the woman dey carry her eye take see too much. Omo yeah, long story short, na so the girl take go. He leave the woman. He pack load go the man. We no see am again. I think like maybe 3 or 4 years later. Now this girl come. We no know who she be. She come. She say she dey find my mama. She wan come give mama. We see a person with 2 children for her hand. Belle don big for the third one. All of us just dey look say where you go? Who you be? Who you be? Now she can't talk. Omo yeah, this girl was looking beautiful. Oh, I will never forget. Her kids were, that is a Cinderella story. The man sent her to school. The man opened the shop for her. She was glowing. Now my mama come tell her, say, you don't go see your madam. He say, say, lie. Say, when she leave that time, say the madam go village, go worry her own mama. That is this girl's mother. That look at the nonsense girl you gave me. She came, she stole my money, she ran away with my money, she did this, she did that. Hey! Look, I mean, they carry big eye take look the woman before say the wife, the husband, they work for bank, na big man, na important person. All the respect I had for her just dropped down like a pack of cards because I was a little girl then, but I was so disgusted at what I heard because I just thought, for what? Couldn't you have treated her like your own child? I mean, yes, she did not need to have all the perks and all the privileges of your own child, but I mean, treat her like a human. Hey, we heard the story, eh? Yeah. No, people can be bad.
No,
When they are bad,
it's
they
plenty
are
like
bad.
that for Nigeria. I won't lie. I mean, these things that are happening right now, I can actually point to literal examples how it all started. Tiny drops like that. Because there is even. Thank you very much, Mr. Moore, for stating this example. Even in with pastors, churches, you see people. They'll be their whatever. They'll say they have a. There's usher, there's protocol, there's different things. Those people will work their butts off for free to the point where they forget their lives. They forget the purpose for which they were created for. They will spend their entire lives serving. serving a pastor or serving the church with nothing, absolutely nothing to show for it. They will squeeze everything out of them. And when they need it most, they'll be tossed aside. These are things that become big. Oh. So this is what we dey see play out now. Now small, 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 it take start. Oh. All this cheating for exam, cheating, examination malpractice for this thing. Now small, small, it take start now. Now it don't turn to another thing. And you dey see now monumentally, e don become pungent smell all over the world. People dey wonder say na jungle this place true true be o. I'm telling you, that's what we're seeing play out. Now people wey they go get domestic staff, they go treat the most domestic staff like say no be human being, no be human being born them. You get the opportunity to take care of another human being, you go say no. Instead, you wan do am bad, you wan do am wickedly. I no understand. It eats deep. Even poor people or so-called poor people, sometimes na their own wickedness dey worse pass. Something needs to change. We need to do better as a people. We really, there's so much work. There's so much work that needs to be done in Nigeria. So much. The problem, repete, even with the parents, what parents do to their own children. I saw a video that day of one girl. She was saying, have you ever have you ever heard where a mother curses her own child? Have you ever heard where a mother is jealous of her own child? Jealous of the fact that the child is successful and doing well? Have you ever heard where a mother will be envious? She listed so many things. I'm wondering what the heck. She apparently was sharing her own life story. What are we talking about? These things have been happening. They just because nothing was done before you carry drug, who born you? You no go enter that country. Na firing squad. No be Buhari take kpai Osofia brother. Firing squad. They no dey take am play that time. Look at where we are today because we've allowed a lot of things. People go dey protect their own, protect their own. See Lagos. Lagos is full of drug criminals from all over the world. Is infested, littered with criminals from across the world that have lived overseas. Look at Gbajabiamila now. Shebi the legal system here, they have withdrawn, abi they have suspended or cancelled or whatever his license. And that man is a minister in your country. Make that make sense. Lagos it's a habitat for the worst criminals all over the world. Nigerian criminals, when they come to Lagos, they are forgiven because their own is there. Look at all the positions that have been taken up in Nigeria. All of them are criminals na im full am. The ones wey dey steal pass, when dem sabi thief pass, na im the man put it, select them one after the other, put them for critical spots. Look at it. Look the government head to toe, not to, and the man is doing it brazenly. Doesn't give two F's about nobody. Don't care what people think. You dey na your own, you dey talk wetin concern am. People dey hail am when e reach out. You know how many hailings e dey get? And they go support. People ready to kpai because of that man. Say make e dey there. Obi MC Olowomo don go Abuja, don take over motor park for there. When they go dey shoot gun for there. MC Olomo don force im way into Abuja now. Abuja don turn to the new Lagos now. Lagos will be Abuja will now be as infested if they don't do something about it. E go even worse pass Lagos. E go worse pass Lagos. Again, like I always say, me have been saying, I'm waiting for action from Nigerians. I pray, the only prayer I have, my only prayer points, let the spirit of Sri Lanka and the spirit of Jerry Rawlings be activated. That's the prayer I have. because nothing else is going to solve it but Jerry Rawlings and Sri Lanka style. Those are the two that will take care of this mess. We cannot use the legal system. Forget that legal system is gone. Is gone. They are sitting on it. Nothing. In fact, the way they'll take do am this time. They even now say the lawyers were talking to Peter Obi anyhow in tribunal. More na wait for Supreme Court. Supreme Court own they go squeeze the way they'll take talk to Peter Obi and the obedience. Oh my goodness. Una go hear. Na here we dey now. Una go hear. Una go hear. We dey here. You no dey expect anything. I no put mind o, but I support my principal because na bet you know wetin dey do. I support am. May the spirit, may the soul of this young man Mohbad, may it rest in peace. May it rest because his spirit is so restless. The guy is so restless. Like he's angry that his life was taken like that from him. He's angry. This is not, it wasn't his time to go. It was not his time. This is premature death. Maybe this one. Premature death. They just comot the guy. Yes, Femi, let the spirit of coup fall on Nigeria. The spirit of coup. Abeg, in your prayer closet, people should be praying like that too. Sorry, I'm don't. Please, this is serious. The spirit of coup, the spirit of Sri Lanka, the spirit of Jerry Rawlings, may it fall heavily on Nigeria. We need a high-handed person in Nigeria. I'm telling you. All those criminals that did not serve their sentence, let the day of judgment, let it now start happening. That's the only way. We cannot continue like this and people are having children. What's the excitement? You're having children in this mess? What are you leaving behind? If we don't take care of this, which society do you want your children to come and inherit? In a world where all over the world black people are not there, they don't want, everybody is pursuing up and down. See the migrants from Africa all over the world. See where, see how they say they carry them, see where they go dey. Eh? Kene, the man looks like a hungry man o. Dat man will take, he will not kill, he will take and he will shut up. Where somebody that they already suspecting that he knows what happened to his son. Somebody that people are already calling out. um you will collect it oh. I'm telling you, some fathers don't have any chill. They will collect the money and keep quiet, treaty concern dem. The man will go marry a new wife, start life again, born more children. Kò jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ, no be Nigeria when be say polygamy dey hungry. You know, una no see wetin yall come do. Yall wan use Mohbad dis thing take trend again. Useless human being. Dat man don turn to, he don turn to tissue paper for streets. Litter come out say this is what he has been suffering since life. You want to compare the death of a young man to your bad behaviour. I never see human being like that before. Hey, na wa o. Peter Doche, na wa o. God, what a
Omo,
human
yeah,
being.
you dey make me laugh. He say you're the judge. They
Ah,
compare himself. I see that thing, oh, and I just wondered, for heaven's sake, doesn't this man have people that talk to him? All publicity cannot be that wonderful, for heaven's sake. This is not something that anybody is particularly happy to talk about. And you had to, in a way, just throw yourself in. I'm like, I thought he's supposed to be in a mourning state. I mean,
morning
you should be
fire.
quiet.
The guy no dey
Aye.
mourn nothing. Dat man is a useless man. Use I no know wetin, God. Women dey put up with things o. Na person, dat woman marry dat, I can imagine how he was with in the house with May. Na wa o. Abeg my pipu, all men no be husband o. Biko look well o. Look well. Man wey go fit dey embarrass you up and God forbid. Dat na man. Those kind of people no suppose, yayayaya, forget. Consis ten tly looking for how to chase clout without a miss. Look at him going to wear jagaban, he went to court. He put jagaban. Hey God, I say, look at this man. For cry, see person papa. He no even dey think about him children. That's how selfish and self-centered this man is. This is how selfish and self-centered. He doesn't even think about his children. Like, how do they feel? How they going to perceive it? He doesn't. He's so removed. The guy is so disconnected from his children. It's something else. God forbid. Ah. Mm. Yes, so gravitas sanity needs to return to that country. Everything don't scatter. Where pass repair. In fact, um Kene say, I think Yo dey do skit. It's not serious. He will stop when I'm not me, I don't talk about Yo. I don't waste my time. I don't have what's it called content on Yo. He's an absolute waste of time and energy. Now people when they write about am, anything when he do they go bring am out. Now those ones me I not send him, I not send am. Useless, he's like tissue paper on the street. God forbid. Dat no be human being to be associated with. God forbid bad thing. Abeg make we laugh small jare, make we see am, make I play video of my president for Bangladesh when he go give speech. Make we use dis one take step down before I call it a night. You know, dis my president dey do us proud since 16 BC according to sister.
From Nigeria. Mr. Obi's involvement in local and national Nigerian politics, including his role as Governor of Anambra. So please help me in welcoming him to the stage, Peter Obi.
You're going to see if you'll speak a few words.
Well, I thought we were all panelists, but let me start by most sincerely thanking Prime Minister Hassania and the good people of Bangladesh for hosting us, and Lord Moreland and his team for organizing this workshop. We're here to discuss SMEs, and all of us knows that SMEs, like has been mentioned by the president today.
Well, una I vex una today. Bless una dey vex for me. Why dey like? Una no dey like oh. What's up with that, guys? Una no like? Eh? More una like now. Una no like at all. Always very few likes. Come on now, my people. And una be dey do well oh. I no dey follow una drag this life, but now una come like say una come rest. Abeg make una like oh, make una dey like, abeg.
Is the engine of growth in most countries of the world, not just developing countries, but developed countries of the world. According to the last World Bank studies and survey, SMEs is about 90% of the businesses and creates over 50% of the job globally. In developing and emerging markets like Bangladesh, they contribute about 40% of the GDP. In Nigeria, it's a similar situation, over 45% of the GDP. In places like China, they contribute over 60%, creating 7 out of every 10 jobs. In India, it's similar impact. So across the Commonwealth countries, you can say it's creating the same impact. Commonwealth country, as you know today, is the 56th nation of the Commonwealth, is about 2.5 billion in population, a third of the world, with over 1 billion young population and over 1 trillion in exports. However, the Commonwealth, if you look at the wealth of the Commonwealth, is about over 150 trillion, which you can say is about 10 times the size of the GDP of the Commonwealth, because the last time I looked at it, the Commonwealth GDP, total GDP is about 14.5 trillion. And over 30 times the total world export of about 5 trillion. What we are going to discuss today is the issue of how to formalization and internationalization of SMEs, which is critical for the Commonwealth as a family. By supporting, internationalizing, and formalizing the SMEs, would have created wealth across the entire world, because Commonwealth countries exist in almost 5 continents of the world. So by formalizing and internationalizing SMEs, you actually come across the entire world by ensuring the growth of this engine of development. But there's a problem within the SMEs, which I'm sure the panelists will be giving attention to. While this critical engine of growth is what is desired in today's world to be able to develop, especially, I keep saying, within the Commonwealth family, because if you look at the scope of what they are going to add is huge. If you look at the global economy, while I say they are a third of the population of the world, but if you look at the world GDP, it's about 100 trillion, and you look at the GDP of the Commonwealth, it's 14.5 trillion, which means they're just about 15% of it. If you look at the per capita, the global per capita of the world is about $10.7, when we mean $10,700. But within the Commonwealth family, it is just $3,500. So you could see there's a lot of scope for growth, because most of the countries in the Commonwealth family are actually within the poor countries of the world, but with so much potential. And to drive this potential and create this fortune that is sustained development across the Commonwealth, you need to support the SMEs, because these are the engine of growth, considering the amount of job they create and the impact they have, and they will be able, and this is where you have your youths who have certain entrepreneurship, building entrepreneurship, and that's where they are, and we must support them. The critical things they have is, one, it is, what you can say is, it has local peculiarities, but there's some that are across virtually all the countries, especially in developing and emerging markets. One is the issue of finance. Today, if you look at virtually all the countries, even within the Commonwealth countries, you'll find out that the level of funding gap within the SMEs are huge. In most countries, they will be lucky if they're able to get up to 30% of their requirements. I know in Nigeria in particular, it is below that. In Bangladesh here, it is about 30-something%. And in most countries that I studied, it's a similar situation. So the funding gap is huge, because banks and lending institutions prefer to lend to the corporates rather than lend to this engine of growth, because of, again, it has to do with issues of formalization issues of internationalization and other things that are associated with it. So lending to them is difficult, and they avoid it. Two is the issue of taxation. You have all sorts of local taxations that are applied to them and everything. The regulatory environment is hostile to them. I always use Nigeria as an example. The corporates are big and everything and can get away with so many things that the small businesses can't get away with. They have issues of infrastructure, poor infrastructure. In Nigeria, you look at electricity issues to road, like Lord Molan said today when we were talking about Cameroon, and he said they have similar road conditions as Bangladesh. These are issues that you see in most of the emerging markets, and this affects more small businesses. They have issues where, because of lack of formalization, they are not able to explore international markets. So these are issues that affect them. To deal with these issues, the Commonwealth, as a family, needs to intervene in various countries, and various countries look at their policy. If they have a policy that is targeted, a favorable policies that is targeted to SMEs, to help them to formalize, have proper registrations and everything, which are happening in some countries like China and Indonesia today, that have a special ministries and departments that focus on support of SMEs. This will go a long way in helping them to formalize, help them to have all the registrations, and a competitive government having favorable policies that will support them. Again, on issue of financing, countries have to look at the overall credit of the nation, the overall this, and probably dedicates a particular percentage of credit or lending to SMEs, like it is in China. It's about 25%. And similar situation in Indonesia. I must say that credits to SMEs in Bangladesh have been quite impressive, though not what it should be. But in other countries, like in Nigeria and Africa, they need to do more. There needs to be a dedicated percentage of the overall country credit lending that should go to SMEs, being that this is the engine in which those countries can grow and be able to build sustainable development and improve their economy. You need to have a situation where not just policies, there should be a clear physical support where government are supporting businesses, a monetary support like it's happened in China and Indonesia and other places. With these favorable policies and everything, we'll be able to start turning around the economies within the Commonwealth families. Like I said before, there's opportunity for growth within the Commonwealth family. If you have a situation where you have support, clear support within the SMEs, and they're giving the support for international within this family, you could easily double the exports. You could easily double the intertrade within this huge family, which cuts across 5 continents. And with that, increase the overall well-being. I showed you the gap that why the average per capita is 10,700, there are 3,500. So imagine today if you double that per capita. Imagine today if you double that their GDP, because if they are a third of the population of the world, their GDP should also be a third of the world, not 15%. So there's quite a gap that you can close if you get it right by favorable support within the Commonwealth family. And this is something that is achievable. Thank you for listening.
My president, anything when you talk, no matter. You don't even need to open mouth sef. We dey here, we support you, we love you, we appreciate you. Abeg carry go, dey do wetin you dey do, dey go. My people, abeg o. Thank you very much, BB. I appreciate. I'll be rounding this up now. You know, so in rounding up, I wanted to say something. Still just fly comot. Oh yes, I remember what I wanted to say now. So what I want to say, I'm very glad that they are calling on all DJs, all radio stations to stop playing Naira Marley's music, whether na Malia, whether na whichever one is known for. I saw a couple clips of videos where people were, before they start any party, they'll tell the DJ, if you have any Naira Marley track, whatever, do not play. And his followership dropped, I think, from 7.6 or something, is now like, at the time that I saw somebody talking about it, it was down to like 1.6. I don't know if it's completely gone now. Like, people should unfollow the bagger. Unfollow, let him lose everything, money for everything. Let him return to zero. Let him go and dig the ground. That's what he needs to do. Honestly, he should be deplatformed from top to bottom. And since they say he's not in Nigeria, wherever he is, he should remain there. He shouldn't. If he comes back, he knows. And wherever he is, it will haunt him. You see this one when he do so. Now this one be the last one. And the fish going go hook for him neck forever and ever. Since he Kukuma don't sing and saying they try hard not to be serial fire. Okay? So now he don't jump, he don't go chop the fish when he get bone, when he dey im throat. Dat e no go ever comot for dat im throat. Na dat one come gangan na im go be the last one he go ever do for dis im life. You know. So anyway, my people, I call it a night o. You know, na Mohbad na im drag me come here. I no know I no know am o. Mohbad, I no know you o, but I no know. I was really affected by everything that happened to you. Felt bad, felt horrible inside. I was crying inside, I was crying outside, I wept, you know. I just, in all of this, I just hope, I don't know. I am anticipating that people will do what they're supposed to do, and all the people that were responsible for making life a living hell for you will never have rest of mind. They'll never have peace of mind. Wherever they go, your spirit will haunt them. They will be the ones that will be restless. You will have rest. You will have rest. They not let you enjoy your life. Life when you come, you suffer for small pikin, manage, become wetin you become. They not let you enjoy am. No worry. My people, it has been real o. Abeg make una no forget to like the show on your way out. Thank you very much. Gravitas, I appreciate o. Imo, thank you o. Imo Sokri, thank you. Kene, brother Kene, my village brother. Thank you o. Thank you. Tato, wherever you are, Tato, I miss you o. I love you o. I hope you're good. Sister Eunice, alias Misty. Misty, I miss you, Misty. Amaka, good night, my sister. God go bless una. Pious, everyone that joins tonight. Good night, everyone. Na God go bless una. Des, my brother from another mother, in the fight with us, fellow obedient. I salute you specially. Thank you very much for stopping by, my brother. I really appreciate everyone. Thank you. Quinty, thank you. Antonov, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you all. All right, so I go see you now. My next one. Enjoy the rest of your evening, guys. Bye.